Mo has been in the chat for like a decade.
I went into the chat and the first comment I just typed in Nani.
Who is Nani? What is going on? There we go. Get that straightened out. Apparently, allegedly, we're live, but you know.
Oh goodness, yeah, we are.
Oh yeah, there's a little red box. Cool.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to Monday Night Midnight Mail. Blue is your host. I am Nefarious. I don't know why Odin's here. Let's open some boxes.
Wait, let's get everything tidy first. You matter more. There we go. And yes, this what we're doing here.
I like how the guy with like nothing to say is the one in the second person in the totem pole. I'm just gonna be here hanging out and dulling up the stream to just spite Mo.
You are. Let's pause that. Oh, I got to go back now. Pause. Back. Where are we? Yeah, you are this car over here. You can't see my nose. You're the purple car on the left. That's you. That's why you're here. See, this is my stream, and you came in. No, okay. All right, where are we? We're delaying, of course. I just got home from jiu-jitsu class, so I'm kind of tired. I didn't even roll, and I'm tired. Yeah, that pretty much describes my skills. Mm-hmm. There we are. Here comes Odin. Oh, thank you. Okay, enough of that. And remove.
Well, I was actually that would make me actually involved. You see, I hit the car. I'm more like the guy that's just the car that's just there, that like beige car in the top right. I was just there.
You're claiming innocence over everything that happens tonight. Okay.
I think in a way he's right. He's as bland and boring as a beige car parked on the side of the road. But I also think you're right in that he crashes the stream, adds nothing of value, and probably will collapse that porch.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking today. Hey, let's see what kind of value he can add. Today we're going to talk about Alien ALAMO. Do you have that book, Odin?
Nah, man. I'm good.
No?
It's Midnight Mail. Do you have any packages you want to open? No, man, I'm good. Okay, it's okay. Blue, you want to go first?
Don't I always let you go. Big. Okay. Are you going to do two tonight?
Broke kids.
I'll do two. Yeah,
you'll do two. Okay, then somebody has to be big. That's not going to be you. It's going to be me. Hello, everybody, and I will try not to let this thing slam too much. All right, adjust camera. There we go. So I love how I peel off the labels so I don't dox myself, and they have like really awesome handwriting, perfectly written, all my information underneath where the label was.
They just had to make it that much more difficult, Blue.
Yes. Don't they understand people do streams? But anyway. I love this part of the show a little bit because you get a book and you have all these high hopes before you actually read it and discover it's trash. So, like, this is where everything's good and new.
This is where the fun begins.
Yeah. Before all of your hopes are dashed by actually reading these books. So, let's see. Here we go. I don't know whom I'm insulting. Well, I know who I might be insulting, but here we go. Oh, one more.
You say that like that's just one person. Like I don't know who I might be insulting. It's like, fun fact.
Every comic creator out there is like, I'm so happy to receive your book. After that, who knows, man?
Yeah.
Right, here we go. Tin Soldier. That's right. Mr. Greer, whatever. I don't know how many R's he has.
Geer.
Gear. And it's taped in. It's a puzzle box. If I solve the puzzle box, then a gateway to hell will open. So
outstanding.
There we go.
So I'm going to put this was Tin Soldier 1 or Tin Soldier 2?
I believe this is Tin Soldier 2, which means from that campaign, guess who's got a cover in this?
Tragedy. And Eric Mienokowski.
There you go.
I am familiar with this campaign. I'm going to try and put it up on the screen for us.
Thank you. Well, that means Odin still has to do nothing. So.
Exactly, because I'm Johnny on the spot on this stuff.
Oh my God!
Said it was issue 2, right?
Right, I got you.
Got
Don't worry. It's up.
Yep,
There we go.
issue 2. Is Odin sharing? Somebody's sharing.
I'm already
Neff is
Son of
sharing.
a bitch.
There we go.
So let's
Okay,
take a look here.
don't catch the tape on anything else. There we go. It worked.
Fine.
Oh, I have not said hello to anybody. Hey, Freak Girl, good to see you here. You are on the panel. Hey, Corey, nice to see you. Felix, thanks for everything. I appreciate you being here. And thanks for the links last night. Mo Biggs, of course, is here. Well, he may have been. He has been here. I don't know if he's still here. But oh, hey, look, he's still here. Ogden, did RJ get the package today?
He did, in fact, and we went through everything, and everything looks good. Thank you very much. And you need to hit me up in private because I need to get you the funds for the box and everything.
All right, we're running out of space here. So how do I make? Let's do. Where's the normal? Is that? Yep, there we go. There's your campaign. If you roll that, I'll go grab the other cover in just a moment, or for a moment. I'll be back. Corey.
Yeah, Mo, it was definitely one of those things where when he didn't get the package initially, I was like freaking out, and then I found out that it was shipped to you, and I was like, okay, there's a chance that he hasn't thrown them away with the heresy that's on them. So is that like a fastball special homage? Is that what that's supposed to be?
What?
The
Where
one
are
that
we?
we're looking at on blue screen.
Yeah,
one
on
that I
blue
just
screen, because
scrolled
he brought in the second cover, and it's both of them together, and it kind of
It's
looks like
they connect. Yeah, they all connect. Yeah, that's a fastball
but-
special.
yeah.
Yeah, because there is no midnight mail. Here, we'll just take this away for a moment. No. We'll just, there we go. There is no midnight mail episode without Eric Nieltowski being mentioned like every other one. It looks like a fastball special, but
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Is like I think that's what they're going for. Although,
I don't know. Although, yeah, it looks like he's throwing her.
Yeah, that's what it says. Fastball special on the campaign page. Eric Nieltowski delivers an outstanding standalone cover featuring everyone's favorite metallic hero, but back Philip Russert's Tragedy issue 3 to combine the two covers for an epic connecting cover and fastball special.
And they actually connect.
Yeah,
like, I think I got really good prints. They really lined up well. Cool.
Yeah.
I lucked out. All right. There's that.
Yeah, I love Nick's covers. Nick does a great job picking covers. It's some of the most exciting art on his campaign are the covers that he gives us. There's a really incredible cover on campaign 2. If you look down here, right, the Alan Goodman or Goldman one.
Whoa!
Look at that. That's crazy.
Did not get that cover. A trading card. I'll get to the 2 normal covers in a moment. And then what else came in here? Nick apparently likes to use full-on packing tape to seal his envelopes closed. So
why do people do that?
I think because it's convenient because he's putting them in packages right then and there.
Yeah, that. Okay.
Hey, I'm not trying to make excuses. I'm trying to find the logic.
No, I get it. I'm just saying the amount of bags that I've destroyed trying to open them up because they were taped shut with packing tape.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we got a print and a trading card. Looks pretty good. This is sort of the Superman thing from another angle, I guess.
Yeah.
And then 2. I have a third book in here. I just forget the name of it. But we got. This is the B cover, I believe. And whoops.
How much did you drop on this campaign?
This one, I cannot remember. I don't remember the number.
Well, you've got all the covers, right? So I'll tell you how much you dropped.
Yeah. Which means I hope it doesn't suck.
He dropped $30 USD.
And I added Tyler Kirkman's book.
Okay.
And he had to back Tragedy to get the fastball cover.
Yeah.
I could have backed Tragedy for only the fastball cover, but I did not. I went further than that.
Yes.
Yeah. Manage. I'm gonna
Phil's another guy who has lots of great covers.
Yeah. So here are the two covers. You can still get these on Starcross as a site. So people who'd want to go back and didn't do campaigns and whatnot. So there's that. But that's what they look like. And then one more to open. Pardon me. I just can't remember the name of this. And Final Boss by Tyler Kirkman.
Yeah, that was
that's a
farther down the
fantastic
campaign
cover.
page. Yep. Once again, the covers are amazing.
Yeah. Who did this cover? Looks
tell me in
like
a second.
it is Ninotowski right there. I had a suspicion I would only get it if Ninotowski did the cover.
Yep.
But I got to tell you, when Kirkman was doing the B covers for DC, I was getting all the B covers.
Interior work's looking pretty good too.
Yeah.
Tin Soldier's a cool looking book. I had a couple of gripes with it though.
Well, yeah, you're Mr. Blue Sticky Notes all the time.
And purple ones.
When?
And yellow ones. Yeah.
And yellow ones.
Wait a minute. Which is the purples are positive, the blues are what?
Oh no, there's no like specific color coding. It's whatever I feel like on any given day.
Okay, last week you had a color coding.
Last week I had to use yellow and purple because there were some good notes, like really good notes, and then some notes where I was like, it doesn't really work.
Okay. We're getting to a lot of splash page, double page spread that I have flipped open to in these.
That's fine by me. That's fine by me. As long as the one problem there is that one's kind of getting eaten up by the spine.
Yeah.
He needed to offset the gutters better on that.
If you want me to pull harder, you're gonna have to buy me another copy.
Nope. No, I'm good. I don't want to buy one.
A lot of blood.
I mean,
in
that's
this
a cool
book.
page. You know, some of the fight scenes are really neat. I mean, he's really given us a lot of panels of the fight scene. You know, you might say that he's really going cinematic on the fight style.
Mm-hmm. Hey, look, eyeballs, because that's always people are always including eyeballs. There are only two of them though.
The sound effect should be splort. You know, missed opportunity.
Yeah, but that's trademarked. Okay.
Is it?
Did he letter this book though? Did Weathers letter this book?
That's a fair question. Did Weathers letter the book? Because if Weathers lettered the book, he could have done Splort.
I see two names: Tyler Kirkham and Ifansa Noor. Don't know how to say that.
There, read that.
Letters by Troy Petrie.
Yeah, you're right.
Petrie.
You can't use Splort. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Completely copyright on the sound effect there.
Mo in the chat.
What's he saying?
If tragedy sucks, the reviews write themselves.
Fair. What is up, Josh?
Oh, I have to start highlighting this. Josh, hey, you're here.
Yeah, I already let him know that we're not reviewing Noirlam because Odin fails at getting books in the mail.
Look, man, okay?
We need to talk a lot more about everything Odin fails at.
No, we don't. We'll be here all night. We won't open any mail.
It is, yeah.
You
We should
know
look inside Tin Shoulders.
These are some low blows after the weeks that I've been having.
Yes.
That's cool. Nice.
We're toughening you up a little bit.
Because I definitely needed that. That's gorgeous.
Yeah. Okay, Corey. Yes.
Yeah, Tragedy's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah. We liked Tragedy even though we hated it and liked it. So I'm going to continue with it as soon as I can. We both missed issue 4, but we're going to continue with it. Don't worry about being late.
With it, it's going to be. I'm only going to have to back I have to start backing only one cover As much as I love Phil, Phil Russert's covers because he does great cover selections, and books like Tin Soldier, he's got Nick Gear has really good covers too. Not going to be able to buy all these variant covers from everybody. It's just too expensive.
Now, as far as who did this, who is that?
I can tell you on the campaign. Let me go look.
Okay.
I think that's the interior artist.
Let's take a look at the credits. We got Nicholas.
We're scrolling.
Now these, by the way, this is disgusting. I'm from Philadelphia, so I can seal my bags with Cheese Whiz. Hilarious, but disgusting. What else we got? Comics
I don't
Blast,
see that specific one. I don't think.
That's sad. All right, Nicholas Gear. Artist is Alessandro Ventura. I don't think that's his back cover.
Yeah, I see the Lopresti. Yeah, I see the Garbage Man commission. No, I don't see that one.
This is Robert Powers' cover. The green one over here is Chris Graves. So I think I know that name from Starcross.
You know Chris Graves.
In memory of Jocelyn Gear. That's sad. And I'm not seeing who did the back cover. Oh, he has some thank yous over here too. That's really nice. Cool. So okay, let's take a look at interior, and we won't do both books for the interior. Just do the one. Remove, clickety click.
Oh wait, no, go flip the page back one. Yeah. That's the opening page. Do me a favor.
Okay.
Read it.
Yes, sir.
You read it?
Okay,
God.
chat.
There's only one reason why Neff would ask you to do this.
Because it's terrible?
No, just read it. Just read it. Opening page. First thing you see.
Okay, chat. This is his fault for making me read it. All right? Because
do a gangster voice too.
Well, I can't do gangster voice. I'm terrible.
You're asking the
Fine,
wrong.
I'll read it. You show them.
Right.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't you guarantee safe delivery of my product? Now the police are in possession of my last 3 shipments, and I'm holding you personally responsible. But I want you to read the dude on the floor, the guy with the helmet.
The guy
read
responding.
What he has to say.
Mr. Coletta, please. I'll figure out how they're. Wait, I figure out how.
Oh,
what the hell?
There it is.
They are THEIR. There. How they're getting informants on your shipment. Typo on the first page. Oh.
And it's on the campaign. It's the first page of art that they show on the campaign. Now, do me a favor. Go to the next page.
I feel guilty that it's on the campaign and no one caught it. Like, I feel partially like I'm double.
Also, can we take a moment to address the fact that Neff's gangster voice is Oswald Cobblepot from the 60s Batman series?
So there's a typo on here too.
Second page, upper top left panel, first panel. Read that out loud. Don't use a gangster voice because I want you to actually get the words.
No. Chief, don't you think the parade is still a bit much? I mean, Coletta is still moving.
Wait, that's the second page? I'm sorry. Turn the next page. Go back to the gangster guy. Yeah, that page. My bad.
This one. Okay.
Read the first panel.
Transition.
This is a new batch. It's a new batch. Sorry, this is a new batch of. You're asking the wrong guy to read out loud. This is a new batch of my product. Sadly, it is not meat.
Oh, you're kidding! And
with
this favorable
results
too.
And leaves.
I saw these two, and I couldn't back this book.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I saw these. These are the 2 pages of art that he has up on the campaign page, and I skipped Tin Soldier
because of this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because if you can't catch the typos in your pages, you don't have an editor. And if you don't put the pages, and if you put the pages up on the campaign page and they have typos in them, you're not paying attention. And I'm not buying your book because it's just there is no quality control.
I saw it. I was waiting for him to finish before.
We had it with New Botch. Yeah, well done.
All right. Well, there's our note. We don't need to review it in the future because.
But the thing is, he's got great covers. Fantastic covers. They look fantastic.
And I don't see a problem with the art style on the inside. It's okay. Storytelling wise, I'm seeing a lot of double page spread and single large panel per page. 1 big, 2 small, 1 big, 3 small, 1 medium. That part's okay. I don't know how the flow is because I'm looking at it upside down. All right. We have looked inside. This is awesome. It's your turn, Neff. Before we botch something else.
Let me stop sharing my screen and let me change my settings so you guys can see my cool.
I need to know how can I give you guys the power to highlight people's comments so that when I'm doing a book, you can do it.
You're the guy who's hosting the stream. All right, what do we got here? We have something from read comics, play games, collect toys, never grow up. That is the sticker tape that they have on here. Hopefully that is tape and not actually stickers, because that would be a waste of effing stickers.
Oh, slow down. The boards are facing the wrong way.
I love how your criticism is you put the boards in the wrong way.
Hey, we're thorough list here.
For you, that is a deal breaker. For me, not being able to read the comic is a deal breaker.
Lou's just going into conniptions that Philistine put in the board wrong. Uncultured
as a tenet of my faith, I'm required to forgive him no matter how much I hate doing it. So.
As a tenet of my faith, I'm compelled to make him feel guilt.
Oh, you're Jewish. Okay. Or wait, are you Jewish or Catholic?
Jewish.
Does it matter? All right. Let's see what we got here. I do have to check. Was this tape or were these stickers? Looks like this was the tape. Cool.
Whoops.
Oh, God.
Wait, why are these jumping all over? Where are we?
Painter's tape. Look at regular reads manual. All right. Let's get this out of here. On the floor you go.
Hey, look at this. Look at this. Mo Biggs corrected his own typo. We should have him edit books.
Yeah, right?
All right, what do we got?
Third Eye Shop Online, apparently, by Third Eye or Die. Your order was packed with a whole lot of TLC by Cody. So that's nice knowing who to blame when it's wrong.
I think whom to blame.
Shop Online, bid with Third Eye Auctions. This has personal information on it, so you can't see that.
Okay.
Let's find out what this is. This was not something I ordered. This was something Freak Girl ordered. Great. I'm opening Freak Girl's mail.
Woo!
So I can't tell you what this was. She's actually in the chat. If she's still in the chat, you can ask her.
Isn't this a federal crime that we're recording here?
Well, it was addressed to me. So
maybe it was a surprise.
She's on the invoice, though. It's addressed to me, but it's her name on the invoice. All right. We have got Eve, Children of the Moon, #1. I know what this is. We just went to our friendly local comic neighborhood comic shop, or whatever it's called. And she saw this series on the stands. I think it was like Eve #4 or something. And she opened it up and she really liked the interiors and got really interested in what's going on in this. And she went to the back issues and they only had from like 2 forward. So she couldn't find one. So she had to order it. But the good news is that she has this now and will be able to read it as well as all of the other issues of Eve. And I can't tell you what they are or anything beyond the story I've already told you, because I don't know anything about it. I don't even know what it's about. Odin, you could look it up, but
yeah, I'll go take a look.
Instead, we're going to open this because this is probably a little bit more. It's got.
Well, who's it from? Maybe I can go and be proactive and get a campaign up so that I can actually do
name off. I'll tell you though as soon as I open it up and see which book it is.
Hockey says you have issues.
I do have issues. I have lots of issues.
Mo,
some of them are emotional.
If someone is saddled with the name Cody, odds are that at some point in his life, he had the Barney dinosaur bed sheets. Blade Shot? What?
It's Blade Shot, guys. It's a Kickstarter book.
Oh, okay.
Is she leaning on an exercise ball?
No, those are attached to her chest. So maybe it's an exercise ball. Maybe it's a pair of exercise balls.
Is that a Steph Wilson cover? No, never mind.
You can't do push-ups. She cannot do push-ups. And it was not Cody with a Y. It was Cody with an I. So it might be a girl.
That doesn't negate the Barney the Dinosaur bedsheet topic.
So yeah, this is Blade Shot. I got this because LOL. I had to. I saw this. And it's like, so this. I think that's how they get you on Kickstarter. I think that's how they get you. Some people back the booby cover because they're oversexed men who live in countries where you can't look at porn. And people like me get it because are you fucking for real? Are you for real? I need this as an example of what the fuck.
What not to do.
Someone made this cover.
I've got the campaign up, Blue.
Oh, I almost
it's a doozy.
Oh boy. Okay. What do we?
Oh yeah. The tentacle thing. Yes. Read it.
All right. Erotic, mature readers, kaiju killing superhero.
What?
Welcome to Blade Shot.
I actually know the creator too. So
this is what we get as the second image on this campaign.
We're about to find out if that's what we get.
There's a lot of happy on that image.
Yeah, that's absolutely what we get. That is absolutely what we get. I'm gonna have to get stickies out to protect the sanctity of this chat.
Is Corey still in the chat?
No, Corey was on the other book.
Corey's right here saying, "Whoa."
Whoa.
Yeah, please pull that out of camera view before you sticky it up. How many cover F?
Yeah, it's a Kickstarter campaign, man. They have like 30 covers.
And of course, naughty and nice versions of each cover. So that
of course they have a Steph Wilson cover. Ugh.
Of course they do. Steph does all the booby covers. I got the nice version of everything. Unfortunately, make me big again. Make me big.
Oh, okay.
Right.
There you go. Trying to figure out which button.
It says the hour of our ascension.
Oh, good. There's a tentacle love cover. That's gross.
We are unbound by our chains. We are nearly free. Our enemy is defeated.
Why would anybody want this as a digital background?
The first seal is ripped apart. Prepare for the way of our coming. We are ready. And then it's going to open into a double page spread.
What the hell?
That is the first page of the book.
And
Do you see why I had to? This is ridiculous.
As long as we're showing that image, don't forget Ad Hoc's and Ant's art on Hockey's channel. I'm sorry, Hockey. Blade Shot makes no sense. It's more like gun stab. Okay. Did you get the water-resistant pages?
I don't think. Are you serious? They have that as an option?
No. It's something Mo is asking.
Okay. I was about to say, you can't get mad at Blue. You hit him up with all the double entendres last week.
I was going to say, that makes sense. This is the type of book that needs like water-resistant pages. But no, I did not get the additional coating on the pages because I don't intend to read this with my clothes off. So, all right, the composition here is rough for me. There's 8 panels on this page. I don't think we need 8 panels.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Right? We're doing moment-to-moment transitions here, right? These are not action transitions. They're moment transitions. You might as well be blinking.
Right.
Okay, away we are. There's the truck. The truck pulls up. I don't even know what's going on here in this panel. It exists simply for the word bubble, right? This could be here.
You could have improved the other 4 panels by making them larger and putting that in the neighborhood.
Right. And then if we look at this, there's an entire area here devoted to this building and this street below. Now, I like the perspective here. That's neat. You're trying to accomplish 3-point perspective. However, nothing else on the page benefits from that 3-point perspective. There is no person hovering in the air in this area, which is why you would be using 3-point perspective, to ground them in space in 3 dimensions. So this 3-point perspective is completely wasted since there's nothing to match it against. Furthermore, this is a giant chunk of the page that is now occupied by a building for no reason.
Because there's nobody flying next to it.
Nobody flying next to it, and I don't even know if they're talking about it.
Lou,
Yes, she says, actually, we're here at your
Oh, here we
father's lab. Holy shit, my dad works here? I thought his lab was his basement. There's a lot we don't know about your father, Miss Ferris. Ooh, mystery. Let's go. So the whole point of this giant lab being here is because Miss Ferris is a blonde bimbo and thought that her father worked in his basement and not at a very tall building rendered in 3 dimensions.
Hey, Neff, read
What?
Bo's comment.
Appreciate the way Neff is attempting to break this down as if people bought this book for the storytelling. I mean, he's right. He's completely right. And this is still a show where I look at comic books. And this is a comic book that I happen to take out of a package. So I figured we would look at it. We can, of course, skip this because I don't know when a page turn is going to lead to, like, chemical rape.
That sounds absolutely, yeah. Let's.
Right.
Let's
I
do
will.
that.
I will try to brave this. I will let you know how many pages in I get before I have to quit. It did come with a whole bunch of additional swag, including the naughty version sticker. It looks like of what she is on the cover. I mean, nothing's actually showing, but it's like flesh. Oh, it's not.
Oh, did
It's
you
a
get a
fucking
tentacle love
coaster.
bookmark?
This is a coaster.
Did you get a
This-
tentacle love bookmark? Is that what I'm seeing there too?
I think so. It's all the stuff that came on the campaign. Let's find out. We got. I'll pop,
I am not
pop
making you
myself
bigger.
back
I'm
over
gonna-
to my HP widescreen.
I'm gonna leave this
All right.
small.
So we got this right here. I thought
Because
it said
that-
prolapse for a second. It says
That's what
bloodshot,
the classy book reader is going to use as their bookmark.
right?
Wait, were you holding that
got
upside right? That she's
A
upside
magnet.
down?
I mean, it could be in any direction that you want, right? That's where you read Blade Shot. Honestly, yes, you're right. This is a horrible design for the bookmark. It makes no sense. It's supposed to be horizontal, I assume, right? But then
Hurry
Blade
along
Shot
so we
is
can get to the mouse
vertical.
pad. Yeah.
There is a Blade Shot magnet. Yes. There is a Blade Shot sticker. Right?
Uh-huh.
And this is my favorite thing. This is a Blade Shot coaster.
Barely presentable
I'm
on YouTube.
Supposed to put my drink on this. I'm going to put my drink on this. Really?
And Mo says, thought experiment. You go to some dude's house, you have a beer, you lift up your beer and see that coaster. How do you make your exit? Neff, you go.
It's actually
Swiftly and without much words.
All right, so that's a Blade Shot. I remember getting it and going, ha ha! I can't believe I got this.
Okay, so that's one you got it kind of like why people watch this stream is for the slow motion car crash, just to say, wow, that existed.
Yeah, I also know the creator.
Okay. All right.
So I had to get his book and be like, what is it with everybody I know who runs Kickstarters suddenly just deciding to do smut? Like that's what they're doing today. It's like
because it
like
makes
Scott
money.
Wilka. We were just talking about this. Scott Wilka is doing really good on Kickstarter, and Bad Bug started doing a lot of smut. I mean, Kari drew Hypergeist. Hypergeist was a kind of smutty book. It was much more tasteful than Blade Shot, but then again, like Herpes is more tasteful than Blade
I
Shot.
did not know that. Okay, as much as I get along with Dojo Kun, I did not know when I backed his campaign and said, sure, I'll get your cat book that I skipped the first time around.
You read Siamese.
And no, it hasn't arrived yet. And then Odin tells me, he's like, Blue, that's a smut book. Oh, man, I paid for it.
Odin, you should have waited for Dojo's book to get there. And I got to admit, I didn't get through every issue of Siamese. I read the first issue and I got into the second issue. I think there were 4 in total because I got them as single issues before I got the kitty box,
Mhm.
and I was very
That's
surprised because it
Kitty
wasn't
with
built.
with
It
the letter
wasn't built the way I
T.
thought it would.
Yeah, with the letter T, not with D's.
God damn it, Blue.
It's the American thing. We all switch our D's and T's. So you did not get the Happy Meal. You did not get the child's box. It's the cat
Right.
box.
I got
What's
the
in it?
kitty box.
Yes. It's full of litter.
Everything. It was the everything. It was this.
I'll stop cutting.
It was
Okay.
back when people were like first doing collector's
Yes,
boxes.
perfect.
The litter
You know-
box. Oh, good.
The litter box, yeah, that would be good. So like here's the Lady
Why not
Mechanica
embiggen him
box that
again?
we just picked up, right? Lady Mechanica.
Okay,
Super
yeah.
dope, awesome, black. Right here we have a box, an Infinitail Chronicles box, right? Chris Fisk,
Uh-huh.
dude knows what's up.
He
Has
does.
all of the stuff on the back. Like really knows how to design stuff. We got the Jamie Tyndall box of awesome, right? The box of awesome from
Sure.
Jamie Tyndall. This is what's her name? The character.
Punchline.
White Widow.
Right, Punchline. Thank you.
Punchline.
We got Eddie Winkler's box for Sovereign Wolf.
Mhm.
Very, very cool.
I got that one too.
You know, his logo.
Got
We
that
got a
too.
bunch of these boxes over here. Just a shit ton of boxes all piled up and everything. This is Dojo's box.
What? It looks like a book.
Doesn't it? Kind of looks like a book.
Okay.
Has a
Magnet.
That's
yeah, I
like
think that's a magnet.
surprisingly tasteful and classy considering what's
Yeah.
going to be.
Yeah.
and it's got a sleeve, so it's not like an open. It's
Oh,
got like a shelf.
That's a real
right?
portfolio box. That's not a
Yeah.
a shipping box.
Right. Which I thought, well, I mean, even collectors' boxes tend to be box-like. This is more like you said, a portfolio box. So I think Dojo was going for like function over form, maybe, or
maybe he was
not
no. That
style
box is
or substance.
considering what's inside. That there is no children's version, no kitty box. It's all kitty, like cats. I think what he was going for is the brown paper bag over the whiskey bottle for the guy walking down the street. No, remember, we're
fair.
friends, okay? So I'm just teasing here. But yeah, I had no idea what that cat book was when I added it to my lizard book thingy. But anyway, Corey Barton says something good. I think it's great. More books being made with babes. Yeah, completely goes against the lame SJW woke books. Yeah, sure. It's just that babes and smut babes are not the same thing. So,
True.
what do we got here?
True.
They're just filling a
This
hole
is,
in the market.
Gray
I'm going to
Matter.
take that off my screen.
Gray matter. A
No, you
babe who
leave
like
that up there. It
beats
was
the shit
amazing.
out of other babes, right? But not necessarily a smut babe. There's a lot of good babe books out there. I think Corey's actually doing one, right?
I have no idea
Tank
which
Babe?
insight you're referring
Dude,
to at this point.
That looks amazing, that book. I keep seeing him flashing art around for that. There was a joke on Twitter that I think she is a genetically created or genetically enhanced or vat grown killer lady. And Dave Brink was like, that's a little bit similar to Perfect 10. And Corey's like, it's a great concept. Because I don't know if he caught that Dave was sort of like giving him flack, but more badass babes, the better, in my opinion. And Corey's art is amazing on that. You know, I'm picking it up. It looks
All I can
good.
say
I
about
love
badass
Jackson too. So
all I can say about badass babes is proof that yes, we need them. It will move us around a little. Is Storm in the Chris Claremont Jim Lee days? Yeah, badass babe, not a problem.
I was more fond of Rogue, but okay.
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh.
And Jean Grey and Kitty Pryde and Rachel Summers. And God, there were a lot of good, hot, badass X-Men babes.
Like all of them.
They did a
Right.
really good job with those character designs too.
Here we go.
Oh, it's Frankenstein.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna take a peek inside so that you can start being a little less than generous about it. He's going for Hobby Lobby. The paper bag insight. Okay, yes. no little extras. That's fine. I backed this a bit late. I think he was doing the Kickstarter first, Indigo to go second thing.
I mean, I would even let Corey do a topless, pinup of that chick. That's fine. I'm okay with a little bit of, a little bit of skin, but tentacles and kaiju and naked babes doing naked things for the sake of it on the cover just doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't sit with me right.
You're not
it
talking
doesn't
about.
feel like comics. It doesn't feel like Mo said. It is no longer about the storytelling. It's no longer about the visual medium. It's no longer about the dialogue. It's about how much poontang can we show.
Yeah.
It's like that. Okay, that stupid debate over comic storytelling. What's more important, the writing, which encompasses story and dialogue, versus the art? And it's like, do people even get that actors and actresses, they're all pretty and whatever, but all they're doing is saying other people's lines. They didn't write this stuff. We credit the superficials way too much. Anyway. So, okay. When you're talking about your Corey's book, I know I've been out of the loop. I just want to make sure.
Oh, I'll grab a still off the internet for you.
Okay. You're not talking about Kozor.
No, I'm not talking about Kozor. I'm talking about Corey's current project. And holy crap. Let me just grab
Corey, my apologies. I don't happen to know your current project. All right. So what do we got here? I thought this was better than serviceable artwork when I looked at it, at least on the campaign. No, I did not proofread the campaign. So I'm sure Neff is going to have something about that.
Frankenstein?
Yeah.
Odin, do you have the campaign up?
I can get it. It's Blade of Frankenstein.
It's all on you, Odin. Blazing Blade of Frankenstein.
Right? Blazing Blade of Frankenstein #1.
Yeah.
I got it.
Indigo. Okay. Waiting. We're waiting.
Hey,
I like this. All right.
All right. I got a couple for you. I got a couple that I think are really great.
I was actually going to go look for Corey's project because you were talking
I already got it. You don't have to do what I'm doing. Do your own thing.
But you know what? Okay, I'm just trying to be useful.
Oh, it's good that you're trying for once.
Actors sell the movie. If you're looking for a good movie, check the writers. Yes, just like comic books. Oh, look at the beautiful art. I wonder who's the editor. There is no editor. Ooh. So, what do we got here? I will Nefarious. Hopefully, I'll post more about it soon. I don't want to spoil everything for it though by showing too much.
All right. I mean, I'm going to show too much. Yeah. I mean, I'm totally going to show too much. This book is too good to pass up. I mean, I'm only showing stuff that you put on Twitter, so it's clearly not too much because you've already shared it.
Whoops. What are we looking at? That's there. That's here. How do I get back to? We're looking at people now, not artwork. We don't need that. Is it this one? There we go. So thanks. Yeah. I think the art's fine. Yeah, it's decent.
The readability is decent. Yep.
1, 2, 3.
This is a really cool concept. I've seen this campaign before.
He's doing number 2 on which piece?
Scroll down, Odin.
Okay.
Scroll down. Wait, hold on. That right there. There. And above it, if you scroll up, is that a Chuma Hill cover above it?
Let's see.
Yeah.
Is that Chuma Hill?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Fucking A, dude. Nice.
I didn't want to pay too much extra without knowing if the book was good enough.
That's fair. It looks like the interiors are well conceived. I'd have to give a full read to give you my real opinion. But I also like the palettes.
Yeah.
I like the cold palette with the warm tone of the fire, and then later how that shifts when the action's picking up and there's, more dynamic stuff going on, how it becomes like a much hotter palette.
Oh, this is nice.
A much more intense palette.
I'll say this is the pages that they've got up on the campaign. I'm reading through. They read well.
Good. Check this out.
Printed a little dark, but that's printing. It does look good though. This is saddle stitched or perfect bound?
Saddle stitch.
Okay, cool.
Which is nice.
It
and
like
despite being saddle stitched, there's still margin in there that if you added that 1/8 of an inch in the middle and then perfect,
you're gonna lose the first half of that word balloon.
Really? Even if you add the 1/8
because
of an inch?
some of it's gonna get sealed by the spine, like glued in. But then remember, I open mine all the way until they crack so I can read. There's going to be a bow, to that. And the first little edge of that bubble is going to be into the way that it bows in. So it's not going to be readable out. Seriously, the first like eighth of an inch is gone completely.
Yeah, that's why you add it. You add the eighth of an inch
that's why
for the glue.
Exactly. That's why you also can make yourself concerned about your safe zones on the far sides of your page. Your left side pages, it's your left side safe zone. Your right side pages, it's your right side safe zone. Because if you ever do compile it into a perfect bound, you're going to be offsetting your margins ever so slightly, so you can't be going all the way to the edge with your information.
Yeah, and I'm looking at this thinking that I'm gonna absolutely lose half of that distance between the bubble and what I can see here, with the eighth of an inch, and then that makes it basically about like that is going to be visible right like there. That's what I'm thinking. So
you're gonna have to put more pages behind it and remember that you're not opening it all the way. Yeah. So part of it is definitely going to get glued in, and the other part is going to be that you can't quite see it because it's on the way folding into the spine.
And that right here, the slope inward, like his fingers are going to disappear.
Yeah, if you do that
down in there,
it's a little bit more like that.
Anyway, but we're not going overboard with the large and too smalls or the splash page. I think there's probably a good reason here to break panel boundaries. I'll find out when I read it.
That's a weird position for that figure.
This one or the next one?
Yeah, no, down there on the left page, the other page.
Okay, my left.
The big monster below him. Yeah, that's a weird. From what I'm seeing, I don't have it in front of me, but he looks like he's doing like this, like a really weird arms behind himself pose. I don't know if people bend like that, but then again, I'm nitpicking now.
Despite the injury that one of my teammates had in jiu-jitsu today, I can tell you that yes, people bend this way. So, we'll get into detail some other time. And again, nice, cool color on top for the shadow palette. So yeah, Blazing Bright. I hope this is a good book. I hope it's a good read. I hope it doesn't have typos. That's where I am.
Do you want to talk about Alien Alamo before we, go in for? It's already 9:49.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, we better.
We got a lot to talk about when it comes to Alien Alamo, man. But, real quick, let me show you Corey's work real quick. That's true, Odin. You have nothing to say.
What are we?
Make my screen big. Yeah. So, I don't know if you can see it, but would you freaking look at this?
I am.
Would you look at this?
Stop cussing at me.
Look at this, man. This is great. So that's just environment, right? That's just some of the environment that Corey's throwing down.
Mm-hmm.
And then
I'm gonna leave that here.
I'm gonna close that, and I'm gonna share this other window that I've got for you. Share screen. Come on.
Oh, hey, look. The guy who sent this to me, he actually puts his tape. You can't see it. The tape is diagonal. See? Diagonal tape. It's a good guy. Mm-hmm. But I can already feel by the bend in the backer board that his he put it in the wrong way. Okay.
And take a look at this page.
Oh, here we go.
You win some, you lose some, Blue.
So I think you got a little bit of perky nipple there, but it's tastefully done. She's still fully covered. This might as well be a swimsuit, right? She's got a very appealing face. This is a cool looking headset. Again, she's got that really nice. He's got put in that really nice environment. This nice vertical panel. Like Corey's killing it here.
Yeah,
this is a well done portion of the page, man. Like for real. I can't wait for this. I don't even know what it is. I'm gonna read it.
That's badass.
Yeah.
So Corey says something looks really cool. Probably his own artwork.
No, not his own artwork. Let's talk about something else.
Anyway, Felix, thank you for putting up the link. All right,
but I was impressed with that.
Mo, is there kanji on that building? Mo's about to time Corey out for putting kanji on.
Wait, I got to make sure Mo has a wrench. Okay, yeah, he's good. Do we promote to managing moderator? Yeah, he's good. Mo is good. So
we're going to talk about Alien Alamo.
Sure.
Oh my God, those stickies.
Do you want to give us the synopsis?
Oh, I do synopsize better with my book open. All right, so we start with a young. Now, I was trading fan mails with Graham, because he's polite to everybody. He's a great guy. I was trading fan mails when Graham was promoting this and commented about a page that we'll get to later. I'll talk about that when it comes up. But it starts in 1957. We're drawn in by him talking about Sputnik just went up, so you got to know a little bit of history. But if you don't, he gives the dates anyway. We're introduced to a young boy named James and his father, not Tiberius. What is the dad's name? I just saw this.
Tiberius.
We'll just call him Tiberius until I see his name. I got to take notes and write names down.
Travis Houston.
Travis Houston, thank you. Tiberius. It starts with a T. Anyway, the narration comes in, and at first it looks like normal narration, and then you realize this has got to be.
It's all diegetic.
It's pretty quick to figure out that it's James narrating from the future.
I should say it's justified. It's not diegetic. It's not in the moment, but it is justified from. I've
never read the book Diegetics, so
that's Dianetics, dude.
I'm screwing with you. Anyway, they're watching a meteor storm. Sorry, James is staying up. His father's letting him. James sees a meteor storm come down because he's looking for the Sputnik satellite. That's why he's out there. His father has, you can assume, passed out drunk or just fallen asleep. Make your own assumption. He's fallen asleep on the couch. That gets brought up again later. They do get into details. So James goes out looking on his own on his horse and sees where the meteors came down, but does not quite see the bugs coming out. We get introduced to what their normal life is like. We see a little bit of their relationship, and it's shown. I'm gonna embiggen me. Excuse me a minute while I juggle us around. There we go. It is shown where his dad can be a little bit snappy, and Graham is trying to show PTSD in the dad.
This is my first sticky right here.
Yeah,
this black and white page.
Because you hate black and white.
Yes, because I hate black and white. No, here's the thing about all of these stickies. Every single one of these stickies is a good job, Graham sticky. I did not have any bad stickies in this book. This is probably one of the top tier books that I've read from indie crowdfunding. Probably one of the best books last year. Definitely, I should say. Definitely top 10 of last year, maybe top 5. And Graham's an incredible visual storyteller, but he's also a great storyteller in general.
Yeah.
I love the way that he set us up for the black and white flashback. And I love the way that he explains to us in this flashback everything, the subtext of his father's PTSD that he's grappling with, but also about how that killing that he's done that has scarred him so much is also the thing that's made him capable enough to deal with the invasion that they're about to face. And I love the transition from the gun in this lower panel on the right-hand side into the full page turn on the next page, which is him pointing his gun at his kid.
Oh yeah, I got several notes on this page. Yeah, okay. He's pointing the gun at his kid. They're jumping up. We've seen him asleep on the couch before. The coloring is totally different now. This looks like a burning ember, like a vision of hell that the dad just woke up from on the couch. I mean, beautifully done.
The 3 panels on the top going horizontally, he's colored dark red, like you said, being in hell. And then that softens as you see the expression around his eyes soften. And then he's fully rendered back in his normal skin tone as the tears start to come down. And I was like, holy fuck, Graham. That right there, those 3 panels, like, it doesn't get better than that, bro.
Yeah. This page is one that Graham showed very early on, and he used this image a lot. This is where I finally sent him some more fan mail and talked to him about it, because this is one of Graham's. Oh, I was giving the synopsis and we kind of stopped, so we'll get to more synopsis later. But this is one where without knowing the lettering, without knowing where it belonged in the story or anything like that, I and seeing it in black and white, I wrote to Graham saying, talking about how notice the couch is still the velour red, but just how this in particular, like he does expression so much and so well that if you ever get to see on the promo, Odin, could you bring up the promo for this if you can find it?
Yeah, I've got it.
Cool. When there's so much earnest here that this is a man who wants to communicate something to his son, as best as possible, and is just struggling and can't do it. So I believe it's in the promo, and that just completely comes across between body expression in the clothing that's down here. We'll get to it in a minute. A few more. I think the wheel on your mouse isn't big enough. Wait, it's not there.
It's not. Yeah, it's not there. There's
No,
one
it's not.
that's like it, but it's not the same one.
Okay.
That you just passed it.
Finding.
That's the second page.
Yeah.
It's right below it. Keep going. That's him sleeping.
Uh-huh.
Right. Oh, I guess we scrolled right past it. There was a page of him with like white behind him. Is that it? I don't know.
No,
I can't
but
tell
anyway,
what's on the page that Odin's looking at.
we will just pop
That was
around
it.
for a
Oh
minute.
my god, we scrolled right by it. That was the
There.
that's it right there. It's breakfast. They're having breakfast.
Yes. This is the next morning. It's the how you doing, buddy? Not like something was really wrong, but that this is just he's interested in the kid. There's no fight that happened where he's trying to say like, are we okay or anything like that. This would work if that were the case, but it's not the case. This is just it's breakfast, seeing how his kid is doing. He cares about the kid, that kind of thing. He really loves his kid. Let's see if anything's coming in here. Tiberius. Oh, yeah, okay. Wait a minute. Mo pointed out that I thought of James Tiberius, which is Star Trek, and I'm in Dangerous Ground. We got links. Hello, how you doing, Agent Zero? Good to see you. Okay, yeah, we're good. We're caught up. But anyway, back to I'm going to flip this around. Excuse me, Odin. Remove that. Yeah, the expression here really caught me because of how earnest this guy is to get something said to his kid. Now the breakfast scene was that earlier?
It was earlier when he said, "Did you see Sputnik?"
Yeah, so the breakfast scene is not a follow-up to this accident with the gun at all. But this got me.
He goes from the accident with the gun into looking for help from his friend, who he kind of dismissed earlier when they were fixing the fence. And I got to say, this dude looks like, what's his name? Sam
Elliott.
Waterston? Is that it? Sam Elliott? One of those guys. Sam somebody.
You will find in the back of the book, he says, make the guy look like Sam Elliott. It's right here.
Yeah. And I mean, it's the perfect look for the type of character that it is, who's kind of the aged mentor figure, he went through World War I, right? And he's there offering, he's like, hey, you didn't go through nothing I didn't go through. And I came out of it. I had to learn how to readapt. Just reach out. I'm here for you. And the main character just kind of laughs him off or brushes him off because he doesn't like to talk. He's a hard man. But after that incident with his kid, he is completely responsible too. Like, that's the great thing about this guy. Like, he knows what he needs to do. So he goes and he talks to Sam and tries to sort out what's going on with him. And the other thing that you'll notice with Graham's work is that the pages are set up very readably, right? Like they're just normal paneled pages, which makes each of them balanced, right, on the page, and each of them is important in their own distinct way. It's not like having a giant pop out intensity panel that's trying to be more important than all of the other panels, which makes this paced conversation that they have very easy to experience. And I really like how he's setting that up and giving us more information about the characters, really fleshing them out. For a book that was kind of short on pages, I don't mean short in a bad way. I mean, like, it read fast and it was done, Yeah. It went right through. For something that brief, he really gave us a lot of character attachment.
Mm-hmm. Okay. We're going to go look at that in a minute. He did. I expected more subplots going on about the 2/3 mark of this, maybe between the 1/2 and 3/4 mark somewhere. And they weren't there, but then the story lacked nothing. And I want to go back to this page as an example. You and I talked off stream about several pages and breaking the boundary. In fact, we looked at a book where the boundary was broken up at the top of a page like this before. So look at this guy. He's breaking the boundary. All right, Graham is coming out of the panel, and it gives emphasis to this movement here. That's fine. Does it take away from the story at all?
No.
No.
It actually
Okay.
enhances the story because you
All
go
right.
from the lower left-hand corner where he's saying something to Sam Elliott. The guy, he's saying, son, if you ever, your son needs you, the war's over. Let's pray it's the last one we ever. And then the guy's fingers are breaking out of the panel, which adds dynamism,
Mhm.
and a little bit of intensity. And he goes, we're being invaded. So you get this very straightforward page with panel borders. They're all the same size, the same amount of white space for the most part between all of them. A very well-designed page that's very even. And then the next page is you get those fingers popping out, which tells us something important is happening.
Now, we've looked at pages in another book where panel borders are being broken for the sake of showing off as an artist, and it actually gets to the point where the thing you need for the story is so de-emphasized you might not even notice it and you might miss it. And if I remember, it was right here in the panel on that particular book. Not a Graham Nolan book, though. So service to the story really matters in everything Graham does, as far as I can tell. Now, he's not flawless, but, I didn't find him.
I gotta say, makes me mad. And Odin, what it's like when I get mad. Like he made me mad in that good way. The God damn it, Graham. It was damn near flawless. I didn't find anything I didn't like. His gutters, right? Like there were no word balloons too close to the interior crease of the spine. The composition of the book was great. The physical construction of the book was great. Just the right amount of bonus material. Like this, he made it look effortless too. That's the last piece of it. Is Graham made it look like this ain't no big thing for him. And it made me angry. I'm like, fucking Graham Nolan.
And look at the difference in expression between these two faces, but yet he's consistent between his faces without suffering from same face syndrome on the other characters. Yeah. And I mean, the kid's always a little gooier than the rest of the characters in terms of facial expressions. But yeah. So, by the way, just so you know the synopsis again, and let me know in the chat, spoilers, yes or no. So, because I might want to get to the end of the book and spoil some things, but this book's been out for a little while. Anyway, he wakes up from his PTSD dream. He sees the need to understand his kid. We cut over to the other rancher who's finding his dead cows, and it looks really strange, etc. They find these bugs, one of which can apparently shoot acid out of their tail ends, kind of like stink beetles.
Ass
and whatever,
acid, as the kid
it's
says.
ass acid. Now, my dad did point out something to me when I grew up watching MASH. Was this idea of something called anachronisms? Let's see. How much praise can this How much of this praise can this book? How much of this praise is because the book not okay? I'm gonna okay, truly flawed, and how much is subliminal because you can't spell Alien Alamo without Mo.
Yeah, Mo is right. God. So anytime you want to have a really good book, you just got to have Mo in there.
I'm sorry for destroying your joke by trying to read it out loud. But yes, Alamo. There we go. Anyway, one thing I thought about the book was, even though the narration is in flashback, where it injects sort of 2010-ish vocabulary into the narration of a story that starts in the late 50s. So it felt a little anachronistic here and there, that kind of thing. So that part I didn't quite like so much. And my dad taught me about anachronisms because like barf and jerk weren't words that were being used during the Korean War, but they came later, like that sort of thing. It felt a little bit like that to me. So anyway, the ranch hands for the other rancher start to see this. They get overrun and killed before news gets back to the other rancher and Travis, who are here. And this is one of the ranch hands who survived, bringing the news back home, and they are left to fight off what they find in this invasion. And that's what we see. Of course, the kid is back at the house, and he thinks that these are just meteors and whatnot. Now, you get a little bit of stuff that people criticize in movies. Dad comes in busts through the door, and somehow knows to shoot the bug that's in there. And it's like, if I were the dad and I were just shooting these bugs outside, I'd bring the gun in the house with me too. I don't think this is, implausible in any way. But they all get together.
Could you
and
do
they
me a
move
favor
on
and jump back real quick, two
Yeah.
pages, where
I was going to pause the synopsis,
with the guys in the dark, where he's with the guys in the dark, right there, right?
Yeah.
And he goes, "Oh
All
my
right.
God, they're heading to my house." I just want to pay attention to the pallets real quick. You go from this dark exterior palette to the warmer interior palette. When danger occurs, he shifts to this dynamic orange, which is alarming, right? So he's using that like, oh my god, this bug is hatching out of the rock. What the heck?
Mhm.
And then when you turn the page, when the bugs spit their acid, he's got this great green tint to the entire panel. And then the panel below that too. So he's really using complementing colors to punctuate the actions that he's showing us. Then they run into the next room, they shut the door, and suddenly we have those darker tones, the dark blue, the cool blue, because they're in the dark. Like
Yes.
he's paying attention to all these little things.
Yeah, and here we've got
that other
the
people might
contrast
not
from-
be landing every note that
Sorry.
way.
And here we've got the bugs contrast. He's not lit and colored like the bugs outside. He's got this faded pastel going because he's in the dark also, but he's green contrasting with blue because we've separated, the bugs being dominant versus the safety being dominant, and now the two clash. Yeah, I love it. Anyway, so the rest of this is bug fight, and they make a plan to fight the bugs. Oh, also, I love how a bunch of the ranch hands run away. They say, we've got 7 against this,
No,
horde
only
of
4.
bugs. He's like, no, it's 4. The other 3 left.
Graham does a really cool thing when they're figuring out their plan to kill the bugs. They need bait, so the father kills his own horse. And he has that expression of, I know what I need to do. He goes and does it. And the kid's like, Dad, you didn't. He goes, no, son, it wasn't your horse, Winnie. It was my horse. And you get this really close, right there above the propane tank, this really pushed in look on his eyes where he says, and it was necessary. And that's a punctuating panel that really, once again, brings the emotion forward because you can see his narrower eyes. He understands what sacrifice is. He understands how important life is, but also how important life can be when it's given up for something else. He's using the horse's blood to throw all over the propane tank so he can blow these aliens up. So there's a greater good here that's more important than just having a horse. But he also spared his son the loss and killed his own horse. It really tells you a lot about the father. Once again, really good emotional thing. And it's just one panel, right? One tight pushed in panel and one line. That's all we needed.
Yeah. Okay. Not to make a big argument that distracts too much from the stream, but I think jerk was just me picking random words, but barf, I remember, was an example my dad gave me. I don't remember what the other examples were, but yeah. Okay. It's been around since the 30s. Thanks, Mo. I need an editor. I really need an editor. When in all of my blathering did we lose Odin?
When he had to go help his kid.
Okay. All right. I missed that.
Yeah, no, it's in the private chat.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Sorry, Odin. So what do we got? Oh, something else I got here. So we had this previous work of them being in the dark. I mean, there's colors all over here. Notice everything's in similar pastels. There's no light. But that doesn't mean we have to look at things like that forever. Here again, the dad is now coming in with the fire behind him. That's the same fire as the couch earlier. See that pattern? And then here, there's a porch light on them, and that's fine. And these guys are a little bit less lit, but we're not surrendering all the colors to darkness. We're still being given some so we can distinguish things and make them out. So that's a good choice.
There's one other really great moment that I want to talk about. There's actually a total of 3, but this was specifically one with the flashback meets with the red that we've been seeing as like the repetitive motif. Yeah.
You want to explain what's going on in the story at that point?
They couldn't stop all the bugs with the explosion, so they went and got cattle and trampled them to death, but that still didn't handle all the bugs. So they see this one bug that runs into the cave and they go to follow it. And the son is like, I'm not scared, I'm gonna go get him. And it goes into this page turn, and this page turn hits like a truck because it's the flashback from earlier, which is him and his buddy. And you learned in the flashback that the sergeant sent him and his buddy into the tunnel to go look for Japs. And you learn here, it's inferred from the text that his buddy doesn't come out, that they go into this tunnel like he's about to himself once again with his friend. And he has this stark moment of remembrance of what that was like. And he sees his son running in the way that his friend did. And you have this very bright red background on the next panel where he screams, "James, wait, damn." That page hits like a truck, man. He never told us that his friend didn't make it. Because James can't narrate that part. He probably never told James, the kid, about that. Like, you know, we only see the flashback that we're allowed to see. So once again, the nuance on that page hits really well.
Yep.
And then the last 2 pages is one opposite when we meet the Queen right there. I got to say the page next to that, that page where his head is big, we're getting like that flashback or flash forward, I guess. He's still with the Queen, right? When we get that face, that same red face, this is dynamite the shit out of him. Then he manages to get the entire setup for what happens next done with some narration and 4 panels. We don't need to watch him run back to the farm, have a conversation, go get the stuff, load up the truck. We don't need to waste pages at this point. He doesn't want us to lose the pacing that he's developed, this fast, dynamic, moment after moment, like the tension that he's built, right? He gives us just enough of an ease back on the tension, oscillating the hope and fear. The hope is now, we've got dynamite. The fear was, oh my God, it was a giant alien queen. And he doesn't want the tension to lull, so he immediately throws us back to the alien queen by only using 4 panels and some narration to take care of all of that setup. Once again, it's a very smart move.
1, 2, 3, 4. One other thing he did that I find in movies and everything, you know, every story, you can tell if it's well written or not because they don't introduce things purposelessly. Everything has a purpose. So we get to reuse things later. He's got his PTSD, and then he has his redemption moment with PTSD. Okay, things like that. I don't know if any of you deal with PTSD, but I do from violence. And when you have flashbacks, I don't go into like hallucinations or anything like some people might, but you feel like you're not where you are, even though you know where you are. It can be really weird. And here he is looking at his son, and it's also something, you know, involves his guilt perhaps, and he gets to redeem himself by doing right the next time for what he feels guilty from before, you know, that kind of thing. His son didn't die, but it's rough. So let's see. I appreciate Graham actually, you know, using that and addressing it, and he did it tastefully, I think. They do kill the queen, and then after we see that, I'm sorry.
We find out it's been a retelling of the event, where he's telling this nice couple who owned the property, who is selling it back to him, and he tells them this long story, and they're like, "That was great," and their son is like, "That was bullshit." And the son's kind of disrespectful, and he's not like James was when James was a kid. He's jaded, right, and kind of a crappy dude. Anyway, he's buying back.
But a little bit about the author here. If you've ever watched Graham's channel, he is big on the movies that kind of my dad grew up on. So I saw a lot of them on Saturdays, that sort of thing. And a lot of the wholesomeness in family and storytelling and the real cleverness is all just gone. No, Pee-wee does not get his bike back in this version. So no, I'm kidding. But I see Graham recreating that and bringing it back to where we need to be with stories and people who are actually smart. So this where the kid is just being disrespectful to the couple here that's selling the property is I think just a rip on the direction society has gone. So here's old James now, and the time frame does put this about correctly that this would be that he's about the right age. He's called Colonel now. Now his dad was a Marine, so he's somewhere in the military. But we find out we find out that he's called Colonel. He's telling them this story like just a prattling old man, probably how I sound. And then got a comment here. How much more powerful would the flashback scene have been, or could have been, if the guy was a vampire and he remembered the Alamo? Okay, we're gonna put that down, and then, because this is not what's his name? I can't remember the guy who did Pulp Fiction. Anyway, Tarantino. This is not Tarantino. But so the sellers leave, and he tosses aside his cane, visits his dog's memorial site, which is carved into a tree, gets a phone call deep in the heart of Texas. This is his ringtone. There's the memorial for his dog. They're digging out eggs from where the queen was destroyed because, and they refer to him as Colonel, and then he hops on a plane where he sees news of an impending meteor invasion. This is a beautiful setup for it could conclude here. We never get another book. It's a setup for another book. This is great. And just James as a character, we're not disappointed in him at all. He's not some doddering old man. It's great. Is that Hank Hill's dad?
Yeah,
maybe.
The ending, literally the final lines of all of this. But history has a way of repeating itself. This time I plan on being prepared. That echoes the sentiment that was spoken earlier by Sam and his dad, where the guy was like, I fought in World War One, you know, and then the dad fought in Korea. Maybe it was it? Yeah, it had to be World War One. He's like 1917. So war never changes, right? That's the motif. And the history has a way of repeating itself. Now, his dad had to deal with PTSD and fight his own demons, and so did that other guy. And this kid experienced with his father a freaking alien invasion. So the demons that he faced from his past, from his childhood, are now returning. And the Colonel plans on being prepared. I thought that was great, the way that he tied that back up and you know, did the callback to what was talked about earlier in the book, that theme that was presented that he, you know, brings back. Once again, it's the type of storytelling where I'm like, fucker, why are you so good?
Well, now this is where we get into other things. Like I have not recorded or posted some of my reviews, and one review of a book that I would, by the way, I don't know why my cover curls up. It just does. So I have to put it in the shiny thing again to keep it down. But you just named storytelling elements, the callbacks and things like that. People can do them and get them wrong because they have no meaning. So there are plot elements or plot events, but they don't mean anything. And so you can have callbacks and all the other mechanics you want in a story, but if it doesn't mean anything, it's just empty and useless, you know? And I'm seeing a lot
that was
of
a
comics
fundamental
like that.
motif to the story, because it was the thing that was holding his father back, and he had to overcome his own internal demons in order to vanquish the ones that came to the planet and endangered his son. He was originally not facing those demons, and that was costing him his relationship with his son. And in order to save his son, he had to confront them. And then later on, when we hear that the reason for this story is because the Colonel is planning to excavate these things so he could, I guess, do experiments on them or figure out their weaknesses or whatever he's doing to prepare himself and the world for this impending alien invasion. It's just like he's taking that cue from his dad, who took, you know, the same wisdom from Sam Elliott. And I really liked that, the return to the motif. It's just, I liked it.
Yeah. He's using the you know, harrowing events he went through as a kid as a tool for the future. Now, his dad didn't really use that as a tool, but I got to tell you, in terms of learning to be patient or more merciful with people, my own experience with PTSD has had to be rewarped into a tool to be careful. Now, some people want to take bad advantage of that, so they are to be avoided, and you got to be careful of them. But not to be careful, but to, you know, I'm sorry, you got to be careful of them. My head just jumped between two thoughts I was thinking. Sorry about that. But the using the past for the future or overcoming the past, God, those are important themes just that apply to humanity. I'm seeing books come out that have no human relatability. I mean, superhero stories, yeah, they're superheroes, but they're supposed to focus on the human side of what's going on. That's what's interesting about Superman, are the human elements. Yeah. So that he can never escape needing to be a human. I don't see people writing the way, you know, the way we used to write. And Graham I think did a great job of going back and saying, this is even what stories are for, to exercise what it means to be human. So anyway, kudos to Graham.
Congratulations, Graham. You made me mad.
Well, okay, we're coming up. We're almost at an hour and a half. Neff, how have you been?
I've been all right, man. I've been busy. I've got a bunch of different things on the stove right now. And I'm supposed to not even be here. We're supposed to have completely finished off our fulfillment and taken our break that was supposed to happen like in December. And we've been pushing January fulfillment. There's been some hiccups. Frequency Girl spent most of January trying to take care of her dad, who's in an assisted living facility, and with her mom. And it's just, there's family drama. But now that we're coming to the end of it and we're sending out the final merch tiers, hopefully I'll be able to take like the later part of February off and into March. But in the meantime, I'm still trying to clear my my stove of all of these other projects that are on it. I've got 3 stories that are being written, and 2 that I'm editing, and one that, I mean, the 2 that are editing are not mine, obviously.
Oh, okay.
And one
All right.
that I'm helping oversee the creation of. So yeah, there's just a lot going on. I'm busy day to day, and I like doing this show. I should be making more videos with Adam Lawson and putting those up on on the internet, but I haven't found time to edit lately, because doing a stream like this is just an hour and a half of my time, right?
Yeah,
Doing
I
like
know.
a video actually requires you to do the recording and everything, and then sit down and then parse through everything and edit it down, and all that other shit.
I mean, it's not like I'm helping you make any money here. So when you get a book, we'll promote it. What do we had for links? Just gonna check again.
I think
There's
Felix
Butch
Haas has been
Cleaver.
doing a great job
Oh my
dropping
gosh,
all the
yes.
links for everything.
Chrome Dog was in here. There's a link to it if we scroll up.
I've got Butch Cleaver 1.
You got, I had it too. Now, okay, Butch Cleaver, it had its good points, but I hate it when I find a book where I can say they did a lot of good work, to make this good. For just forget Butch Cleaver for a moment. When you find a book that's really well made, but it's just not your thing, you're like, oh, that hurts. So Butch Cleaver has its good points, and it's kind of not my thing. So it's like, well, I got Butch Cleaver too. Okay, I want to see if it becomes my thing. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know. There's just something about the motif where it's like it's not my genre. I don't know why.
Yeah.
And I feel it's weird. I start to feel bad because it's just how do I say this? Somebody puts their heart and soul into it, and you're like, oh, I don't do let's say murder mysteries. Like you're like, what? you can't do that. Looking for other links just in case. Blade of Frankenstein. Yeah, here we are. Okay, I am going to see how my week goes, if I can keep myself organized and deal with hide current comment. There we go. Deal with. I'm just struggling a lot with the ADHD lately. I have a meeting on Wednesday to go over techniques and tips and stuff. Trying to keep myself organized, and then the thing I don't need happening is hard drives dying while I'm trying to build a laptop.
Yeah, it sucks.
So I'm seeing if I can get my backup archive, which is the hard drive that died. And it's because I have a dual boot Mac laptop, and I plugged it in while booted to Windows, which has drivers in it to read Mac. And I said, okay, I don't want you touching this drive. So I ejected it, and somehow it rewrote part of the partition. Oh man, Pat Vale. Hey, I wish all critics took Neff. Pat Vale likes you. So,
Hey, Pat.
anyway, so I've been
nice
blowing
to
a lot of
hear from
time on trying to fix that hard drive, and it's just not time I want. I definitely need a vacation from work to record videos and just relax, but I don't want to go on vacation just to fix things. You know what I mean? I want to have things fixed before I take vacation time. So, and jiu-jitsu is going okay. So that's all
Nice.
right.
I mean, jiu-jitsu is a good source of exercise, right?
Yeah. My buddy got kind of injured today. Somebody who's always really anxious and kind of tries too hard. He like, if these are legs, he jumped on, like they started, so he jumped right on a straight ankle, which is you're pulling somebody's ankle over. I should widen us out like so, like that. So here's the injured guy. This dude jumps on a straight ankle, which means he's probably about like this. And this guy did one of the standard things you do. You're supposed to push through and then bend before you pull your opponent up. And he just started lifting his opponent up, and his knee kind of popped. So he's in some pain today. Yeah, we tested him out. He's not. We don't think he's lost any ligaments, but I think he bumped his cartilage. So,
No fun.
No. Anyway, that's it for us. So time for car crashes?
Yeah, man. Let's crash some
safe.
cars.
Yes.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for coming out.
Bye. Thanks for being here.